Buenos días. Buenos días, amigos. Oh, man. Jimbo, I did have a nice set of hair. I don't know what happened. What did I do to lose my hair? All right, I had my dad's jeans. Buenos días, amigos. Oh my gosh. I don't know. First thing on the docket, start times. I see I got three people. Last time I had six people to start. And I think that was mostly people from Australia and I think Britain. I don't know if I've heard that the name of that country before. Am I saying that right? Britain? Is it Britain or Britain? How's it going, Jimbo? Really? Is it nice, sunny, and warm? That's right, benefits. It does. It does, man. Did we have the same dad? I see. Yeah, me too. It's crazy because I'll hit the alarm, I hit the stupid bell and everything, especially on the people who I want to see more often. And more often than not, I'll get notifications from everybody except those people. I don't know why. Why does YouTube mess with us like this? Ah, okay. I'm barely getting up. That I was like, okay, should I stop? Should I make my start times when I just get up, or should I make my start times when like I'm a little bit after breakfast? But usually my weekends don't involve breakfast because I usually drink a lot on the weekends. Not that I'm a big heavy drinker. Don't take that as that. Shoot. I mean, I drink moderately, but it gets heavy on the weekend. Well, I think you get one. I think you get one when I set up the time, which I kind of set it up in a weird way this time. I set it up kind of like in an alarm way where I put it on my phone so that it would create the live at like a certain time, then wake me up, and that worked. But I don't think I give myself enough time to like make everything that I normally make, like my coffee and my bowl and my coffee's on. Like, well, my coffee's ready, but I didn't make it. I kind of rushed it. Yeah, benefits. I'm trying to work on one actually. My tech girl has been busy, so she hasn't been I guess around or told me what the progress is on that. But yeah, I'm working on that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, 12 your time, right? I kind of moving everything towards East Coast time. Uh, I'm so used to West Coast time that I forgot, like how East Coast time works. I used to love it when the cable channels weren't caught up to that, so I could watch like primetime shows at 5. That used to be cool. But yeah, when they caught up to it, it's like, oh, you guys suck. Oh, I don't have one of those fridges. No, my fridge would probably be texting me like things like I'm not available, and it'll probably put itself in do not disturb if it ever had me to text. Imagine, imagine your own refrigerator just refusing to contact with you. Like, fridge, come on, fridge. I know you're there. I'm watching. I'm looking at you, fridge. Come on, man. Come on. Pass me a soda. Don't be a jerk. Oh man. Oh, I see. I got 8 people here. Everybody say hi if you're here. I mean, it's only 8 of us. It's cozy. Um, it's a nice day in New York. It's fairly cloudy here, but it's cozy today. It's not too cold. It's not too warm. It's perfect. Wear a shirt and shorts weather. Why would your fridge feed? Why would your fridge want food? It has all the food in itself. It's like you're hungry. Get some fridge. Dang. Really? I I don't think I made it to see a phone um program of VCR. I I know I remember when caller ID had just came out and it was part of like the accessory to my cable. I used to get that not a notification. It's not, was it a notification? You get that when you get the on-screen info when somebody was calling, so like your phone would ring and then you'd get like call from your like aunt or whatever, and it would say her name and then it would have like her phone number and everything. I used to think that was funny because like when my friends would call, I would be like, hey, uh, to your mom Lupe that I'm gonna be over like later, and they'll be like, what? How do you know my mom's first name? Like, look, man, that's between me and Lupe, and you gotta deal with that. You gotta talk to your mom about that. But just tell her I'll be over later. Yeah, it was a caller ID, but it would come on your TV. This was like a brand spanking new feature. I remember we got it with Direct TV and AT&T or something like that. It was like you would they would give you like a little caller ID, like a little one, like one that like a pager. They put it on your phone, and then they would tell you if you can't see the name right, you could always turn on your TV and push info, and it'll come out. And so every time somebody would call, you would see that their info like pop up on your screen. Well, depending on if they had it listed, because if they didn't have it listed, then you get that private thing, and you'll just say their number. Yeah, yeah, you remember? That was. I mean, I think it lasted all of like I think 2 years or something like that, and then people just started using the like star 45 or star 47 or something like that, and every number that was listed would come up private on the caller ID. If I remember correctly, because I just remember we had it for like about we had that feature for like about 2 years, and I used to play around with it a lot because a lot of my friends would call, and I'd be like, "Tell your mom Maria." I'll be like, "What? How do you know my mom's name?" Frauded Wrangler. Hey, buddy. Saw your debut. You were doing pretty good, sir. You were doing pretty good. Star 67. Yeah, it was Star 67. I mean, shoot. I know all of you are around my age, so you guys remember all that. The Star 67s, what was the other one? I think Star 65 was the one that would call back. Was it that one? And then you had I don't know, there's a bunch of other stuff. There was the codes for like the party lines and stuff like that. You guys remember that? You guys remember we used to get on the party line? Wait for your match. Say hello. Wait for your match. Say hello. What's up? Hey, what's up, Holmes? Hey, what's going on? Hey, I'm looking for a girl, Holmes. You need to hang up. No, you hang up, eh? No, wait up. You hang up. Say hello. Nah, nobody said that. I think it was actually Star. Was it Star 69? Was it Star 6? No, was it Star 69 the callback one? Was that the callback one? Yeah. Well, I mean, was this before we didn't have I don't think anybody had ringtones on their regular phone, right? On the regular house phone. 'Cause I know my we had those wireless phones, the ones that had the little jingles and stuff like that. But I mean, I would go so far as to call them ringtones. It was more like, Christmas in Sarajevo. At least that's what I added to. Say hello. No, it wasn't. That was not a sex line. Well, I mean, people tried to. People tried to. You'd always get that one dude that'd be like, "Oh, so what are you wearing? What are you wearing? Is that my unclean hands impression?" Yeah, I mean, you had that guy, but it wasn't specifically made for like that. It was just like a party line. Like you were supposed to. I did actually meet like probably like four or five girls there that I met like outside of the party line, but they were all like, I think two of them were over age. They were older than me, and I was like underage, and the other three were about the same age or like maybe like a year younger and a year older. I did make two good friends out of that, and then we always reminisce on that. We would talk about like, oh, remember we met on the party line? We're like, yeah, we met on the party line. Yes, I know this. I know this Wrangler, and you know the song. You know the song, right? The tee 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 nee 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 nee. Would you like an apple pie with that? Yeah, that's that. That's that. So yeah, guys. So start times. I think I'm gonna go maybe like an hour earlier next weekend and see what happens. But I'm gonna talk to Hez about having hey Abby, about having a like a little promotion for the weekend show. And raffles. Shoot, I I I want to do them. I don't mind doing them. I mean, it's we talked about it. As far as like what I'm gonna be raffling off, but I don't know. I mean, News Now Enemy gave me a lot to think about. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, of course, and I don't want to get in trouble either. I mean, I know how to do things. Uh, I know how to do things so that I could send you guys edibles. Absolutely, for sure, I could send you guys edibles as long as your state is cool. I could send you edibles. The flowers is the one I'm not sure of, but the flowers is the thing that I could get you guys more, exclusively something nicer if you guys are into that. Like the 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 flowers are really really. I guess I mean people rave about our flowers over here in California. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I remember the last time I was stuck in the East Coast, I was really hurting bad. So I don't know how bad it is for you out there, Jim. But you guys, this is what I got so far. So I'm gonna put it up on the scroller here, and you know, you guys let me know if there's anything you guys want to suggest or anything like that. And it's all for the support of the show, guys. I'm not chat stuff and none of the none of the none of the members join stuff. So it's just for support of the show. I'm looking to get more equipment and stuff like that. Things that are nicer, make it worth my tech girl's time to come over here and help me out. I don't know. I don't know if she's having a hard time on the weekends waking up in the morning, but I am trying to make it a thing. Hey, little Chihuahua Big World. Hey, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for everybody who showed up. I know we got 9 people here. And like I said, if you're here, say hi in the chat. Don't worry about it. It's a nice and cozy, comfy, you know, relaxing morning. We like people to say hi and show that they're here. So we kind of get everybody's feedback on everything that's happening. I see, Jimbo. I figured, like somebody like you wouldn't mind. I think you saw my. Well, I hope you saw my. Oh yeah, you did. You did. You did see my short that I put up about the flour that I got. Now that packaging is old, so that packaging is not exactly what you would receive it in now. Packaging would be much better. It wouldn't be that. But I can't really make new videos of my farm over here. It's not a personal thing. It's a contractual thing. So if I could make videos of my farm, I would be more than happy to. It's just a contractual thing. The company that I work for has made me sign a contract that says that I can't do anything like that, and the frauditors would lose their minds if they ever came close to where my farm was at. They couldn't even get into the street. I kind of want them to because dude, I got some crazy security guards. Oh, for sure, for sure. And so yeah, if you guys see the scroller here, it's gonna have the info as far as to how the entries go and everything. I'm gonna just like his, I'll go for I'll go for 3 weeks. I don't know if I could do a whole month. I'd probably lose my mind. I'd lose my patience. I was thinking about doing every 2 weeks, but I don't know. I want to see I want to see how the first one goes. So we'll do it for 3 weeks. Starting this weekend to three or on the third Sunday after this Sunday, I'll announce a winner. It's not exactly how would you say fun. The farm My farm is not fun. I'll tell you right now, it's not fun. It, it it's corporate. It's corporate is all I can say. Very corporate, very cold. Lots of technicalities, lots of stupid things that on a regular, your own farm, your personal farm, you probably have more fun doing things in. I don't know. This is just more technical. I really get it saddens me because I see the direction things are going, and when weed is packaged like Marlboro cigarettes, we're gonna have it's gonna be different. Things are gonna be different. I'd love to have people over here to like show because some stuff is pretty neat. I really like the way they do the clones and stuff like that. That looks so beautiful. I one time I'd like to pass the camera around just to show you guys. But yeah, yeah, Jimbo micromanaged to the. I got I don't have like I told people before, I don't have bosses over here. I have lawyers. That's what I have. Uh, my bosses are lawyers. They come in and they tell me that's that's 2 feet too high. That's you know you got to cover that with mud flaps or it's stuff like that. Today I actually got reprimanded like 2 days ago for not having a mud flap on a generator, and it's funny because I had like a towel thing to keep the mud from hitting. They're like, no, you have to get one of those tractor trailer mud flaps and put it on there, and that's what you're going to use to cover the mud from flinging onto this thing. I'm all like, okay. I mean, the thing that I put there was working fine, but I guess I could use a mud flap, all right, whatever. Oh no, poor Tiny. I if I you that's kind of jacked up, isn't it? To call a Chihuahua tiny, isn't that like? Wait a minute, come on, little Chihuahua. I hope he gets better though. I hope Tiny gets better, and I hope that's like a I hope it's an ironic name, like he's not tiny at all, like he's a really big dog. Yeah, no, dude, it's tough. It's tough. Like I just got a new contract with them and everything, so I'm happy that they signed. But the thing that upsets me, really gets to me is like you try to do things nice because you're working with other people and stuff like that. So you try to do things nice, and they're like, no, no, like everything's like, why are you trying to be human? Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, little Chihuahua, I really hope that your dog gets better. I hate hearing when animals are sick. I mean, I've been through a whole thing with animal shelters and stuff like that. So I really hope he gets better. Yeah. So, oh boy, 6 pounds, huh? Is he a Chihuahua too? Oh man, my neighbors would hate to hear that. I have I have Nicaraguan neighbors who have a harem of Chihuahuas. I mean, they at one time they were like the sauciest Chihuahua group you would ever meet. But now that they're much older, they're not the same. They don't have the same spark. They don't even have the same uh, ankle biting power that they used to. Yeah, yeah. I'm not particularly too like I'm not happy with it, even though I do most of the work by myself. I mean, I have like 6 guys that I work with. I had 8. I Two got fired, unfortunately, and we pretty much do work on our own. We just kind of have our little assignments and we do them. I do a lot of the computer data entry stuff, and then once in a while I'll do some stuff outside with them. Now I have to do a little bit more because we lost 2 guys, so we're doing a little more. It sucks, but at the end of every contract, I have to kind of justify each man, and sucks that I couldn't get those other 2 because yeah, hate it. I just don't like it. Well, oh, you know what? I'm starting to get some rain out here. It started raining. It's not. The good thing is it's not like last week's rain. Last week's rain was cold. It was really cold. Today's is like I don't know. Today's warm. It's a warm day. It's a warm day for the rain. It's actually kind of bright for the rain. Now that I think about it. No, I wish I was hiring, man. I wish I was. I wish I could hire like a few people. If it was up to me, shoot, I'd hire a lot of people. But yeah, it just sucks. Oh, did he? Did he Wrangler? He got arrested again. Is there video on it? Hey, Pokey, how's it going? Yeah. So as far as the raffles for right now, you guys got the info right there. Anybody who's willing to participate, uh, most definitely. There's no gimmicks. It's exactly the flour that I showed. I've got um I'm not gonna give you. I'm not gonna send too much flour over the milk because I don't want to be in too much. I don't want to get into too much trouble if anything happens. But I doubt it. I mean I've done plenty of this throughout the years. So I'm thinking for what I got on the raffle right now, uh, should be good enough for anybody who's state to state friendly on both sides. I should be able to send you that easy. We're gonna start from this Sunday, and then 2 Sundays from this Sunday, the third Sunday, I will announce the winner. It will be basically 2 bags. I'm gonna throw in an edible, but I'm still talking to my baker, the guy that I used to work with. He says he might have some. I might just that just might be like some some like second and third place because I got two bags or two. Yeah, I'll do two of them for the winner plus an edible. Then runner up could get an edible or maybe like a yeah like an edible, and then the third runner up probably get like some rolling papers because I just got a new deal with Raw and a couple other people, so they're gonna send me a bunch of papers and stuff like that, rolling papers and stuff like that. Oh yeah, and yeah, you guys, if you guys want anything that I could get as far as promotion, you guys smoke or whatever, send me your addresses and stuff like that, and I'll send you any samples that I get. I used to get a buttload of stuff. Like I would they would send me like stuff from Raw, stuff from like um I forget the names of them. It'd be like a bunch of like there's like a bunch of them that were like generic people who were just like trying to like leech off the brand. So I'd get plenty of like rolling papers, and sometimes I'll get like a bag of pipes, not like crack pipes or anything like that, guys. It's like pipes for weed. I feel like I have to I have to say that. Um, but yeah, they send me pipes and like sometimes I get like sample bongs. I'll get uh like pipes that were like little hidden ones. Like I used to have a pipe that was that looked like a Colgate box or whatever, and then things like that. Yeah, sometimes I'll get test their little like I remember they were testing out mini vaporizers and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna get now because this is a whole new one I signed up to recently. So I might get cool stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see what I get. Whatever I do though, if it's free, I'll definitely send it out. If I don't use it or it's just like regular like rolling papers and stuff like that. Jimbo, me too, man. I mean, I, at one point, I thought I thought I was getting there, man. I thought I was gonna just be like, dude, I'm good now. Like I don't need to worry about a thing. I thought I was almost there, bro. Oh, really, P Buns? Is it the THC? Um, have you taken only like very strong THC medication before, or do you like have you tried edibles or anything like that? All of it just gives you like seizures. Yeah, guys. I mean, if you guys if you guys just want to be cool like you are at Hez and just like get an entry for somebody else, it's cool with me. Just leave me the message there that it's for somebody else, and I'll put their name. Put their name on the ticket and not yours. But whatever it is, like however you guys want to handle it, I'm trying to work these things out. Uh, like I said, it's coming along like this, but whatever. Yeah, we'll get there. Okay, little chihuahua. Okay. Really? Is this the smell? That's wow. Well, that kind of sucks. I hate that does that to you. I mean, I don't know. I understand it. I mean, I have friends that have like trouble with weed all the time and stuff like that. I actually helped out a couple of my friends that were like my friend the husband would be like he'd be a heavy weed smoker, and his wife was like not, and she could not handle the smell and stuff like that, so they would get into fights. So then finally I told him to start using a vaporizer, and I got him a vaporizer, um and I showed it to him and everything, and that has been their saving grace because the vaporizer will completely destroy all the smell and everything, and he can smoke and smoke and smoke, and she never smells it. Now he loads it up when she's not there because that is his weed stinks up the whole house when he opens up a bag. But it's at least they got it where she doesn't have to smell it when she's there. And he tells me that every once in a while the smell will linger depending on how strong it is. But it's good. A vaporizer is always good for the smell. If you ever have that issue with a significant other or whatever. Congratulations, Jimbo. Congratulations. I'm glad you got peace of mind, bro. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, my family, a lot of my family, a lot of the people that I know, because of because when they got used to what I did and stuff like that, and they started accepting it because it wasn't, in my family, in my Mexican family, in my Salvadorian family, it's not something common to be a good thing. So people aren't used to it. But once they got used to me, like being this guy that sells it and it's all legal and stuff like that, they bought a bunch of those things, a bunch of those little sprays. So every so often when I'm at like my aunt's house or whatever, I see them and they'll be like, I'm like, hey, oh, are you? That's cool. Are you learning how to like hypnotize people from like far away? Because I want to be hypnotized. I'm like so down to be hypnotized. Like I want to be hypnotized. Like somebody hypnotize me. Do it right now. Get on the panel and hypnotize me. Oh heck yes. I I try to get my cat high all the time, but but don't get me wrong. It's not like I try really hard to get him high. If he doesn't like it, if he sees bother, I don't mess with him. Yes, hypnosis, or you're not. Or what kind of you are a hypnotherapist, right? So you can hypnotize me. You can hypnose. You can hypnotize, hypnosis, 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 hypnos, hypnocus pocus, hocus pocus focus. Oh, oh well. Okay, well we gotta set something up because I want to be hypnotized. I want to be hypnotized. No, Jimbo, no. That's the stuff that gets you into trouble, sir. Oh. Well, I mean, it sounds fun. I mean, I'm sure being under somebody else's control shouldn't be fun. But I don't know why when somebody says, I can hypnotize you, I'm like, yeah, sure, come on. Take over my body, please. Oh, jeez. Jesus. Ah. Well, yeah, Jimbo, I agree. I agree. But I've never found oh man, I remember I used to hang out with this girl. She was so like one of these like meditation, you know, uh listen to music type of person that would like tell you like listen to the waterfall and concentrate on the waterfall and all that stuff. And I never that never worked for me. That never worked. I'd be like, I can't concentrate. I can hear my stomach. My stomach is making noises. It's so like that never worked. I could never get myself in a trance. The only time I can get myself in a trance is when I'm smoking. That's it. I can't get myself in a trance like just by doing that. Like, oh, silence, and you're a cloud in the air, and like, I can still feel the floor. I just it just didn't make sense. I couldn't make it happen, or maybe I was just trying to make sense of something that I shouldn't. I'm not sure. No, it's not. It's water. How can it be a vehicle? Stop it, Jimbo. Are you going soft sit on me? You might be going soft sit on me. Ah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Benefits. I like that song. 24 hours ago. I wanna be sedated. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. I wanna be sedated. Ooh. Oh, controversial. I like it, P. Barnes. I like it. I like this conversation about hypnosis. So, so there are different ways, huh? Is there like is it, are there people more susceptible to hypnosis in the way that you can actually command them in a very like serious way, or is it like a submitted thing? Like, the more submissive you allow yourself to be to the hypnosis. Yes, it does, Jimbo, but it's not a vehicle. It's a vessel. Is it a vessel? A vessel? I'm not driving. I'm calming. Yes. I love that. Oh, jeez. That tickled me so much. Oh, yes. there are there are darn rules on the water here. You can't be a vehicle in my vessel on the water, okay? And if it's inside the state, then it's not maritime, because maritime only belongs to the sea. Oh, you guys killed me with that one. Oh my god. Really? That's awesome. 60% is better than no percent. Congratulations on that. Anything that could help people with the self off button situation. That to me, that's great. I hope that you can make it up to 61% someday, because it's like, there's been two people in my life that have done that, and gosh, like, if you always say, if you could say something, if you could do something different, anything. If it would have been hypnosis, anything for those people. So I hear, Jimbo, but I don't know, man. Is it easy? Do you have to be? I mean, do you have to be easy minded, or does it have to? You just have to have like an open. Because like I said, self meditation has never worked for me. Never. The only way I self meditate is to inhale. That's great. That's great, P. Barnes. I wish you all the success. If it means helping people out, I wish you all the success. I hope that you grasp. Yeah, it's I don't. I mean, I talk about it mostly just to tell people, like, make sure you tell people, how you feel and stuff like that. Don't ever think that people don't want to hear your voice or don't want to hear what you have to say about something. If you feel strongly about it, say something about it. Make sure people know how you feel about things, and then let things work themselves out. Don't expect that whatever anything that you're going through, people aren't going to feel for you. Just open up. I'll try, Jimbo. I always try. I'm not like a big rump who's like always like, perump perump. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. Stuff like that. I give everything a shot, man. It's just I don't know. Maybe it's because I can't get myself out of my head or something. Because like I said, every time I get into that, like I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking, meh. I'm in my mindset, meh, and like something's always poking at me. I always have something poking at me. No, thank you. This picture is when I was 34. No, no, excuse me, 32. 32. I was 32 years old in this picture. I am now 38. So I'm probably a smidge thinner and a smidge darker. Yeah. But yeah, where was I going with that? I forgot. Okay, Jimbo, I will. I'm not gonna do it now. It's not fun to see somebody meditate on YouTube, is it? Huh? Really? I wonder what does that do? Is would you think that calms animals down? You think? I don't know. I know. I heard cats can get high. I've seen my Gordo get high like with excuse me. I think it was an edible. I think I'm not sure. I just know one time he was flipping out. Really? Did you? What radio show? Did I hear it? Was it like a nationally broadcast radio show or was it like local? Oh yeah, Peck. Hey, hey, Peck, look at you. How come we didn't say hi earlier, huh? Huh, huh, Peck? Huh? Is it because it's hard for you to say hi at this time when Australia should be not real and you're here with us, Peck, huh? Huh? Prove to me that Australia is real. Prove it. Oh, you know, my Gordo does not. He doesn't. It gets me so frustrated because um a lot of the other cats that I've had have reacted to catnip so they're attracted to it, like they love it. And Gordo's so ho hum about catnip. I'm all like, well, dude, what the hell? Peck, don't you oh hi me? Dang it! I love Peck. I don't know. When are you? Oh, well, maybe not. Dang it, it's a little late. But next week, Peck, you'll be on panel, buddy. We need to talk again. I miss you. I miss your long rambles and your talks about Australia. Makes me think that it is real. The way you put everything together, it's like maybe it is. I mean, he's very detailed, but it could be. Oh, guys. Yeah, so I'm still have not gotten word from my tech girl. Oh yeah. Oh, dude. P. Uh, I've actually taught people how to smoke correctly. I've actually had classes where I teach people how to smoke because it is a thing. Learning how to smoke weed is a thing. People have wasted many a good flower on not knowing how to smoke, and I have taught those classes, and I have helped them enjoy their weed a lot more. People are. Yes, Peck, I knew it. I knew it. You do too much of a good job talking about Australia. Oh, damn. you guys, you guys are hilarious sometimes. Oh my god. Jimbo, where's Jimbo? Ah man, I was hoping my tech girl would catch up to me and she would join us so I could have like some videos to show you guys, but she hasn't. So well, I don't know if you guys if anybody wants to come up on the panel, let me know. We'll do this again because I don't have anybody to help me with videos right now. So anybody who wants to jump up, let me know. I'm gonna put the panel the guest thingy link on the chat right now. Give me one sec. Yeah. Oh my. Oh, that's a good bowl. Yeah, no, I was hoping to go on enough time for you guys to like catch up to that when that premiere happens. That's gonna be a premiere. That's gonna be an actual like video more than it is a live. There's a StreamYard thingy. Just go ahead and click on it if you want to join the panel. I prefer somebody who can share screens so we can watch videos and stuff like that. Yeah, like between the top. Hey, what is this? Oh, okay. More pop-ups. What is all these pop-ups coming up on my screen? Okay, hang on. Oh my gosh, what is happening here? Why am I getting all these pop-ups? What is this? Am I back? Is everybody there? Is everybody there? No, well, I mean, sure. I mean, if they do, they do benefits. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not pushing any kind of agenda here. I really do this to like hang out with people and stuff like that. just to have a good support system and a good group of friends. Because I I just it's just something that I'm doing mostly to engage and stuff. Because I'm just not. I'm not used to being alone and stuff like that. I'm not used to being somebody who isolates themselves, and it's been bad for my health to be isolated. So in the times that I am, like it's good to have something like this to be able to reach out to people and talk and stuff. So what are you trying to say, Pokey? Are you trying to say that that I'm not a few fries short? Okay, my wacky tobacco is not what he does. He does the bad stuff. He does real bad stuff. Well, did anybody get the? Did you guys see the? Did you guys see the link on the on? I put the link on the chat. You guys didn't see the link for the StreamYards? Put it again. Hi. Yeah, no problem. People, it's fine. But yeah, there's a Streamlabs link for anybody who wants to pop up here and help us with the videos. If you can, if you can't, if you don't want to, it's fine. If you just want to come up here to chit chat or whatever, please be my guest. Like I said, I've been waiting for my tech girl, but I think maybe she had a wild night last night, and let me see, Jimbo. Actually, no, I don't see you. Are you in? If you're in, I don't see you. You hop out and come back in. Is my link not working? What's going on here? Huh. Oh, there. Oh, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. What did I get? There you are. There you are. Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Jimbo.
No, that's not Jimbo. That's P Barn.
Oh, oops.
I I still can't share how to share the screen thingy because I've never done it before.
Ah.
If Jimbo can do it, I'm quite happy to get offline.
No, no, no. You could be on here if you want. It's fine with me. Even if you can or you can't. There should be a button that says share somewhere on your screen, like share screen. If you're on, it depends on you if you're on a desktop or laptop. If you're on a mobile phone, it probably won't do it.
No, I'm on my laptop. I can see present,
There you go. Push that button.
share screen
There you go.
to. I'm gonna need two monitors. Eh?
Yeah, yeah. Just go ahead and whatever it asks you to do, just do it. And I should get something that says like uh to open up the screen because it's gonna ask me if I want to share your screen.
Okay.
There you go. See now it's
Then
asking me now. I can add that to the stream.
right. So this far we're doing good. So what do we do next?
Okay, it should. There we go. Now you see your screen on there. Now go ahead and pull up your YouTube or whatever thing we need to watch
Yeah,
videos.
take
Oh
off
yeah,
YouTube.
So I have to type up YouTube up here. No.
No, you have to exit out of YouTube.
Right.
exit.
So I'm out of I'm
Yeah.
out of
If you're on,
YouTube.
yeah, I was gonna say if you're on StreamYard, you have to exit out YouTube.
Right. So I'm out of YouTube. So now I have to go YouTube here.
Where'd he go?
Whoa, where did he go? Oh, I think he exited. I think he exited the stream.
Yeah,
George,
he may have. He going to go back in the stream yards and get back in.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think you understand when we meant get to close out his StreamYard, not to close out the YouTube, not the StreamYard. Okay, that was funny.
Hey, Product Wrangler, where are you, buddy? Come on up here. Hey, where's Product Wrangler?
I don't know. He was here.
Yeah.
There's P Barnes.
Yeah, I tried to do that, but unfortunately, it just kicked me out of the stream. So I don't know what's going on.
I believe it's because you closed out the StreamYards. We just wanted you to close out YouTube, not the StreamYards.
Right. So, Pokey, do you not know how to do it?
Yeah. All I had to do was exit out of YouTube on my laptop and hit the X button to close it out, and got in the StreamYards. Oh, there's Brother Product Wrangler. What's up, Product?
That's Strangler.
Good morning, kids.
Hey.
Good.
How is everybody?
Okay.
We're probably broken system, broken testicles, because I absolutely crushed that little boy. I mean, I teed off on that one with a driver you need to carry in a dump truck.
He's an idiot.
What I wanted to do was get P Barnes to share the screen so we could see some videos and stuff that you were talking about. But if we can't, just let me know what happened. You say you went to his stream, or where was he at?
It was on Playboys and Crimes live stream last night.
Hey, out there, associates, I see you.
With Witcher Hart, Shiz, Mark, the constitutional law scholar, and I forgot what that other guy's name is. He's the head of honcho.
Talking about Talcat?
Yeah.
Who was the constitutional law scholar? Was that Chili or was that somebody making fun of?
It was Mark.
Are you talking about Paul?
No, we're talking about Mark the Carson.
Sarcastic law student.
Oh, the sarcastic law student. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, he is cool.
Yeah, I know him as AMSMR Mark.
Yeah. Well, Witcher Hart is like a little sister to me. So when BSBT starts his shit and his just really pervy bullshit that he does, it tends to fire the Texas gentleman in me up, and it reminds me that I have a daughter, and then I tee off on it. And then when I explained in detail why I didn't go into law enforcement after the military, he actually tried to say that I was prioritizing other things over my daughter, and he actually had the balls to call me a bad parent.
What?
Yeah, I was like, really? What really?
What?
Like, I'm a bad parent because me and my ex-wife are divorced? So I'll let all of you in on a little secret. My ex-wife lives 3 doors down from me. We have joint custody of our daughter. We do not fight. We do not have issues. And I explained, actually a lot more than I was really comfortable doing, but I did. And I explained why we're divorced and that it was 100% my fault. And then he actually tried to throw cheap shots at that. And I swear to God, if Witcher Hart had been in the same room with him at that point, it would have been bad.
I mean, the thing is, with some certain characters, and BSBT is one of them, where you just cannot argue with them. You cannot have a logical, practical adult conversation with.
No, because of the simple fact that he is not an adult and he never will be.
Yeah, right. Agree.
I promise all of you right now. Now, look, my view on shit may be considered a little simplistic compared to some people, just depending on where you're from. I'm from Texas. I still live in Texas, but I've lived all over this country and in a few others growing up as a child. And then obviously 13 years in the military, I was in a few others. And but I tend to prefer to have simplistic views on certain things, especially on morality issues, just for the simple fact that if you do it like that, it doesn't get convoluted in liberal woke bullshit. And some things should not succumb to new generational millennial change. You commit a crime, depending on how severe it is, you pay for it.
Yeah, but there is, but Rankin, there is an issue that you and I have is because we were broken and rebuilt into black and white. It is yes, sir, all the time. Because I served in the army back in the 90s.
Yeah,
So we were
and
built
that was
to
when I
only see
learned
black and white, and there's no gray area. It took me 8 years to accept and to live a certain style of civilian life.
And P. Barnes, I agree. I agree with what you're saying. I do believe that where a lot of people are stuck nowadays is in that gray area, and the issue is that we tend to want to be sensitive to certain things, and I absolutely agree with wanting to be sensitive to everybody's situation. But at some point, or at some level, you gotta understand that we are all very accepting of everybody's differences. And when we are being those people that are not sensitive to those you know differences, it's only because of personal issues. I've noticed that we tend to take people's rage and anger, and we equate it to like a group, or we equate it to you know a level of people, that because this person represents that group, then that group thinks like this person. And I think that's where we need to get ourselves out of. Generally, we all accept everybody for what they are. We don't we
absolutely.
don't
Maybe,
want to exclude people. This is not something that our progression, everything that we've come to, has come to this. We all accept that people are going to be different, and anybody who doesn't accept that has a more personal issue with a person than the actual thing that they're throwing out there. You know what I'm
you're
saying?
absolutely right. And just and yes, it's not what he does so much that pisses me off. It's some of the things he says. Like he equates him doing something stupid to get arrested. He actually equated that to a violation similar to rape. And that's when I absolutely lost my shit. And then before Shiz, the awesome woman that she is, before she bowed out of the when she bowed out of the live and she went off a stream, she actually told damn broken system, broken trust that she'd rather get a bikini wax from Edward Scissorhands than spend another minute talking to him.
I mean,
That's funny.
if BSBT and I were on the island and I was horny, I think I would go for my hand job than to actually go with him.
Well, I gotta tell you, if it was, yeah, I'm pretty sure that me and my date night hand would probably be on a first name basis.
That's what happens when you have four men sitting in a live stream.
Well, Paul is an actual, Paul from last night, he's an actual bar card carrying attorney. He's a prosecutor. And
Paul Carroll.
yeah, and BSB, oh, we're just going to call him Joshua. Joshua kept trying to hit him with all these hypothetical situations to where he could sue me for what I was saying to him when I, talking about him. Everybody remembers Valentine's Day, and that Josh went on a live stream and admitted to everybody that the shit he'll do in the backseat of a car for 8 ball of meth. Those are his. That's a direct quote, by the way, because I never knew that they, they actually served up meth in 8-ball fashion.
It's
Whatever.
Wow.
it's bad, man,
You know,
and
that's
it's
what he
cheap.
wants to do with his life. That's his business. That's fine. I don't give a damn. But when you start sexually harassing friends of mine, and then you wanna have the balls to actually question, my devotion to my daughter, well, be ready because I'm coming.
Yeah,
And
and
I
that's
don't
the
mean
thing.
that in a violent fashion. It's I will dress you down and destroy you. I offered him. I told him. I said, if you feel that I have somehow cost you financially because I called you a fucking crackhead, then you come on down to Austin. I'll send you the Greyhound ticket because that's how
yeah
he
that,
comes
that
anyway. Because he don't. When he services people for meth money, he does it in their car.
Yeah, you know that, and that's the frustrating thing about BSBT. Not just the fact that he's delusional about his own his own situation, but he has the balls to tell somebody about their parenting situation. It's like, bro, all of your dirty laundry is out there, and we all know the truth about things. You can try to edit videos or say whatever you want, but when almost 99.9% of your family is telling a different story and they are much more credible than you. You need to be quiet about anybody's parenting situation. Even if you think that you have some sort of advice that's helpful, you need to shut the hell up because you can't take care of your family and you don't even try. So you shouldn't even say anything. And when somebody's telling you about your parenting, just be quiet. Just be quiet. If you don't want any criticism, just be quiet. But that's the thing is that
That's one
he
of the
still
things
has
I
the
talked
balls to
about
say
is the
something.
fact that family members that have kicked him out of their life are coming out the woodwork to file custody petitions for his kids so that he
Right.
can't get. And that ought to tell you something right there. I
Yeah.
don't really know how it is in Michigan, and I'll ask Kfar next time I talk to him in a little while. But in Texas, that's considered you're considered a bad person. You're considered a real piece of trash if you have family members come, filing multiple petitions in civil court or not civil but family court to just ensure that you don't get custody of your children.
Right.
And if you
Yeah.
think, and if you as a parent think that it's a better way to go out and piss off cops, get arrested, then go in front of the judge, piss them off, and so on and so on. If you think that is more important than making sure that your children have a father in their lives, then there's nothing else I can do for you except destroy you. And I
Yeah.
have no problem taking his soul, if he even has one, and running it through the paper shredder. I don't. I will not lose a second sleep over it. I guarantee you, I will sleep peacefully.
Yeah.
And
Pokey. P-Bar, did you have something to say? I saw you say something, but you didn't finish.
No, I was just gonna say that as much hard as is possible, if I could not afford to feed my children, I would rather somebody else have them, as much hard and nearly impossible it may feel and seems, but I would never be this selfish to say that I will do what I can for my children. It may not be the best thing to do, and I will pass my children over to someone that I know would be able to look after my children and feed them
well,
right.
let me ask you
I
this,
mean,
and
Yeah.
I make it,
sure.
try to simplify it and put a qualifier on it. But where you say that you cannot provide for your children, are you referring to, say, you were injured in some way and can't work, or because of pure selfishness, you won't get a job and you'd rather do meth and keep getting arrested than provide for your kids?
Oh no, 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 no. If I can't find a job, if I can't give them the best meal, give them decent clothes to wear. I mean, I'm from the UK, so we have a very good social service surrounding us, so we're
That's
fairly safe.
absolutely.
Uh,
I actually admire you Brits for that. I really truly do. And y'all, and granted, he couldn't understand the concept. of the Brits versus the U.S. Laws and rights. He couldn't grasp it. And like I said, I don't know enough about him to know whether that what he's talking about or just rambling about is because he's just completely fried his brain on chemical substances, or if he is just like a walking, talking 45-year-old version of someone with fetal alcohol syndrome that has just survived way too unscathed. But I don't believe there's anything about him that is worth taking pity on, because I believe everything about him is of his own creation.
What you know about him is absolutely truth. I mean, I've been in this scene for over a year, and I've been watching a lot. And there are certain characters that I think do not deserve children. The BSBT is one of them. I mean, he's lucky that his sister is actually looking after his child.
Absolutely. You're a brother soldier. And just like there are some people who just don't, for whatever various reasons, don't have it to be soldiers, the same thing applies to being a parent. Not everybody should be a parent. And that's just the way that is. Everybody is different in some way. No, there is no such thing as identical unless you're, a twin. And even then, they don't always turn out the exact same.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. It's easier to become a father than to become a dad.
Exactly. And you being a vet too, you know as well as I do that sometimes we had commissioned officers and non-coms in charge of us that should have never survived a promotion board. And
yes, I can say that now. I've been out of the army for 2 decades, so I can say that and not get in trouble.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I enlisted in 1998 while I was still a junior in high school. And that summer I went to basic. And one of the things I can damn sure tell you is the difference between then and now is that if you did some of this bullshit that's starting to get popular where you don't like what your drill sergeant had to say to you, you just, you're going to jump up in his face, or you're going to attempt to assault him and, get some of your cred back. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I went to basic, if you pulled any shit like that, one of two things happened. You had an accident, you had a training accident, or you had a 4-wall conference. And Pokey, I know you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep, I do.
A 4-wall conference, it ain't what somebody might think it'll be. And for those of you who just don't know, a 4-wall conference is where you piss off people that you shouldn't have, and your head gets bounced off all 4 walls of a room. And if anybody ever thinks that they're going to go pick a fight with a drill sergeant and assault them, and let me tell you, it ain't going to be you on him. It's going to be everybody else in a brown round coming after your ass, and it's going to be bad. And then after they beat you down and you leave the hospital, you're going to jail, and then you're going to be court-martialed.
I joined the army in 1990, and those were the best days of my life.
Yeah, well,
I know I heard you correctly, P-Barnes, but I'm gonna try to clarify. You said 1990, right?
Yep, 1990, 1990.
Oh, okay. I'm like 1919. Who was that? World War One? P-Barnes.
No, actually, no. After World War One. But 1990 year was the first year that John Browning developed the belt-fed machine gun that got used up until the damn 60s.
But P-Barnes,
I was version of the 1919 we're actually still using now. The damn Ma Deuce.
You talking about the 50 cal?
50 caliber belt-fed machine gun. It is the big version of the 1919 and 30 caliber, and we are still using that 50 today. We have it mounted on everything from Humvees, tanks, APCs, helicopters.
Hey, Wrangler, you're
Yeah.
you're getting a lot of air feedback. You want to close your window or
Yeah,
stop
well,
driving?
I'm in Oklahoma City at my mom's, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the wind is a bitch.
Oh, okay. I'm just messing with you. Not, but yeah, you're getting a lot of wind feedback right now. We're getting whipped by the wind. But what was I going to?
Pokey's very
Oh yeah.
quiet.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, I was busy doing something. I should have muted it. I'm sorry.
No, we
What'd you
didn't
say?
hear
What?
nothing. It's just
I just listen to y'all. Just listen to y'all, and I'm proud of my friends that served in the military. I had three brothers. I had three of my brothers. Three of my brothers and my nephew served in the military,
That's awesome, man.
and I'm proud of them for serving their country.
That's good, man.
yeah.
We thank you for your service, man. That my family, I got most of my cousins. I would say about I think four. I had four cousins who are in the Marines. I had two cousins that joined the Air Force. They started in the Navy and then they ended up going to the Air Force. And then I have one who was part of some sort of like I guess peace army. I never heard of this. This is something new, but it's like they recruited her when she was 18, and now she's going like to the League of Nations to like go do speeches or whatever. She's very smart. Other than that, no, nobody else has served in my family. But I know my grandparents were very patriotic when they got here. They actually helped a lot of the Salvadorian community get established here. Remember, my grandpa used to like to house a lot of the young Salvadorians that would come over, and then my grandma was a chef for a long time for Disney and Nabisco. But yeah, what am I talking about here? Oh yeah. My grandparents were just very patriotic, and if my grandpa could have served, he would have served. I know he wanted to serve during World War II when he was young. I mean, he was still a kid, I think, when it was happening. But he told me that he was like very patriotic since he heard about World War II.
Yeah,
Yes.
my granddad from my mom's side, he served in the Second World War. My dad was a POW. I nearly ended up in a war twice, but luckily it never happened. So I am so glad that I never had to fire my gun. I mean, I can't see myself. Well, I mean, if I needed to, of course I would have done it. But the PTSD after the soldiers, when they have come back home, the service that they receive from the armed forces, either be the US or the UK, it's appalling. I mean, PTSD
Oh,
that I have seen within the soldiers. And I mean, a part of my job as a therapist, I work with the soldiers because I understand the way they think. But that kind of service is not provided by for our vets in the UK, and it's absolutely appalling. They end up on the streets. They end up with addictions. I've
oh
met so
wow.
many drug addicts on the streets in Glasgow who have served our country, and they didn't get the help that they needed when it was the most important time when they're coming back from the war. It breaks
Wow.
my heart.
Hey,
Yeah,
Barnes,
it's sad, man. This is the stuff I'm talking about, though. Like when it comes to a lot of the stuff that we worry about here in like the United States and about we don't get past certain things because we're dealing with the same issues that we were in the a few years back, and it's like it gets me so upset that there's issues like this with our veterans that we don't address because we're still dealing with stuff that we should have been done dealing with. That's why I get tired of having the same debates and tired of the same discussions and stuff like that. Things like this should be on the forefront. We should know about veterans that are not getting the help that they need. Like we should know about why is it that somebody who served when gave their body and everything and is not getting the help that they need for X reason. We should know this stuff. That sucks.
Rogue Nation once made a comment about us soldiers that we are not providing service for our own country when boys and girls go outside the United States and the UK to fight different wars. And that really got my goat. And I chose not to say anything because I knew, should I have started, I would have gone beyond my patience and beyond the man I really am. But they don't understand how we're built, how we think, what we do, why we do what we do. They don't understand these things.
You know what, man? And I'll tell you, it's not because they didn't experience what you did or whatever. It's because they don't want to get over themselves. The people of today that can't acclimate themselves to society are the people who just can't get over themselves. They can't stop thinking about me. And you know, I get it. You know, people should look after look after yourself. Yes, you know what I mean. Look after yourself. That doesn't mean be selfish. Be a person who doesn't want to. You know, it- at least be good to thy neighbor. I mean, that's the most simplest thing you could do as far as giving yourself up. But it's like people don't even want to do that nowadays. People don't want to even be good to their neighbor. It's like I don't understand this thought process where it's like everything is about me, and if things don't work out for me, then the heck with everybody else. It's like this is
Yeah, it
not what
sounds
this
like
country
it's
was built on.
yeah.
I
It
mean,
sounds
back
like it sounds like Proverbs is always saying me, my I. It's all about them. Uh, like uh, like Rogue Nation. You talk about Rogue Nation. Talk about DMA. DMA is a complete moron,
And a felon.
huh?
And a felon.
Yeah, and Regan's an idiot. All
Just by,
fraudsters
just
are
by you
idiots.
mentioning her name, my blood pressure just went up 20 points.
Sorry.
back in
sorry,
the
sorry,
19
sorry,
This
sorry,
voice
Wrangler.
will cause blood to shoot out of your ears.
back in the 1980s and 1990s, there was no understanding of mental health
No.
issues, and I specifically use the word issues for a particular reason. Uh, it's how we communicate to ourselves and to the others. A word has a very powerful assignment on our human brain on a very subconscious level.
Yes.
So, I mean, when my dad came back from his POW days, my dad didn't realize he was suffering from PTSD. I mean, I love my dad to bits, and I mean, I think he was the most greatest dad I ever had or I ever got to know. But having studied into counseling psychology and then doing the training that I have now done, made me realize, and I've had the amazing opportunity to be able to help them through PTSD. We do understand them now. It's much more common to understand PTSD and ADD and ADHD. But unfortunately, we need to do more. Just a simple thank you, sir, for your service makes a huge difference.
Well, P. Barnes, there's and this is everybody, there's a movie that is, and it's old, it's from the late 80s, early 90s. It's called Article 99. And, it's got some big name actors in it. And you can find it on YouTube. And go watch that because that ought to tell you in the 80s, uh, Article 99 was an actual designation from the VA, where they would tell you that you had been awarded eligible for benefits for your service for whatever your problem was. But at the current time, you that you would not be getting services, even though they came out in the same letter and said that you were eligible for services and that you were awarded it, they weren't going to give it to you. But that's just how despicable it was in the damn 80s. And even before then, it was worse. Go watch Born on the 4th of July with Tom Cruise. See what the VA scenes they had in that one were like. I wouldn't eat beforehand.
Mm. I mean, our parents and grandparents and even us, we were brought up that boys don't cry. and boys
Pretty
don't
much.
show emotions, which hasn't helped uh, our generation either. But our younger generation is now starting to learn that it's okay to show emotions. It's okay to talk to other people with like-minded.
Like
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
else.
But,
It's
and that's good. And the other thing too is that like we work so hard to like our designate our diagnoses and stuff like that towards the more softer side of things and stuff like that. I wish we still like had an understanding of the way men work. The thing is that we cater to the feminine side of stuff a lot, but I think there has to be like more public knowledge on how men work with each other and how we emotionally like express ourselves and stuff like that, because it's so easy to just push somebody aside because they seem like they're abrasive, or they've got this very strong way of seeing things or whatever. But it's the way we're raised and stuff like that, that we're told like, oh, you have to be, you can't cry out, you can't say things a certain way. It's like we got to be able to like break that, and at the same time work with men in the way we work, like in the way we think, not just not just try to give ourselves ideas that are gonna work for other people because they work that way. Men work a certain way, and we need to work with them in that way so we can break through and have like real emotional connections, not this you know just trying to cater to one side of the way we think. You know what I mean? It's like
absolutely. Hey,
Yeah,
hey, Jerry.
I do
Hey,
understand
Jerry.
what you mean.
I got to run, guy.
oh yeah,
I'll holler at all of y'all later. Thanks for having me up, buddy. But you
of
guys
course,
all have a
always
great
front of the
rest of your
regular, always,
weekend,
man.
for those of you where it's not Monday yet.
Good to talk
Good,
to
good.
you.
You too, brother. And like I said, everybody else have a great weekend, except for those of you that
You
are
too.
already. Yeah, I hate that for y'all. But the upside is you'll hit Saturday before I will. So you got
There you
that going.
go.
But all y'all have a great day. Everybody be safe. I'll holler at y'all later.
Thank you, Wrangler. Thank you for your service always, man.
No problem, brother.
Right, I think we need to chill down our conversation because it's becoming very serious.
Oh right, yeah. No, I mean, I could do that. That the thing about DC. This is this show here. This is what I'm doing every mornings on the weekends. This is a reflection on Hez's morning show. So we're gonna fluctuate like that, and I don't mind going there
Mm,
here. I'm
yeah,
gonna cater my other show to be a little bit more comedic, so that's why I'm not like really like pushing a fun type narrative. If you guys want to get more silly, it's fine with me. I'm not gonna hate you for it, but this is a reflection on Rash for the morning show,
mm,
so we can
yeah.
fluctuate on the emotions.
I mean, we were talking about earlier with regards to hypnosis and
Right?
hypnotherapy.
Oh
Now,
yeah,
here's a a fun fact
a
that
fun
if
Fanta.
I am to call myself a hypnotherapist in the United States, I can be sued. However, if I call myself a hypnotist in America, I can't be sued. However, hypnotists here in the UK are the ones that do the stage work and make people eat onions and taste like apple. However,
Ah,
we are hypnotherapists for the purpose of clinical therapy.
which
Uh,
can I tell you some? Okay, the hypnotherapy stuff. Okay, of course it's suggestive, right? So you get people in
mhm,
a trance and you suggest things. That's pretty much the gist of it. I'm simplifying, of course, but
yeah,
that's the
it
gist of
is.
what you do.
Yeah, yeah. In the most simplistic way, it is. It is. That's what we do. But
Okay.
in hypnotherapy, we have to put in some safety guards because we don't read people's minds, because that's the very first question that I'm usually asked. Can you read my mind? No, I can't. If I could, I would have the best partner in the planet and I'd be multimillionaire.
Right.
So our job is to understand the person, the way he or she thinks, for us to be able to help them move forward for whatever clinical issues or problems that they have,
Do you find do you,
to understand them.
do you find it's harder to work with people because it's difficult to get them to be very honest and frank about who they are and how they think?
No, I mean everybody lies, and my job is to see in between the lines of where they're telling the truth, where they're lying, and to work out why they're lying. Sometimes we lie to other people knowingly. However, other times we lie to other people without realizing it. We call it the subconscious. Americans call it unconscious. So it's understanding those things. Once you understand that, it's. I mean, I love to talk, and this job is the best job I've ever had, uh, and it's amazing. I mean, I don't have to profile everyone I meet, and I definitely don't profile people when I was meeting them. I wish I had,
So
so I wouldn't be single.
so 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 you pretty much can get a baseline on people as far as like their tendencies to lie and not lie, right? When you get to meet them.
Yeah, that's right. It's the idea of where they lie to themselves subconsciously. If you can identify those points, then you can help them change their behavior or their emotional needs that they need to change. So we call it psychological, sociological problems. You need to understand when they're lying to themselves without realizing it.
Oh,
One of the most common examples I give people is that most of my clients that I used to see who wanted to lose weight never had a problem with weight. There was always an underlying health issue. And once I would resolve that, their diet would automatically change.
really?
Yeah. Human
So
brain is the most amazing piece of machinery. I don't know if you knew this, but
I'm I'm
very
I'm I am very I'm very into human behavior and stuff like that. I like my famous thing is that I've told people that I wanted to get into anthropology, but I didn't have the brain for it. But it's just that I'm so interested in how people behave. Like, when you hear about our history as far as like the agriculture and how before we were gathered hunters, we weren't built in a more structured society because we were more nomad when we were hunter gatherers, and then going from that to being agricultural, farming and stuff like that, living closer to coasts, all that stuff. Like it's very fascinating to me. So, yeah, in a way, I like the brain, but it's more about the behavior that comes from the brain. But yeah, I hear you.
let me give you some a bit more information on that. The original idea of grooming among men and women goes back 10,000 years.
Yes.
Nomads knew how to start a fire, and they actually did cook their food, and they also used spices
Uh
to
huh.
cook their
Uh
food
huh.
with. So the label we have given them that they were, cave dwellers and they had a big stick in their hand and they threw stones at each other is actually not true based on the latest research and the documentations we have had.
Yes.
Now, if you look at the wall painting, there is a gap up to 40,000 years ago. 40,000 BC is where the nomads paintings stop and Homo sapiens paintings start. And then you look at the weather pattern of that time, then you realize why they stopped. Because they were intermarrying, and that was their downfall. However, we Homo sapiens still carry roughly about 5% of their DNA.
Yeah.
And and the example is my jaw itself is thinner than my tooth are. So for a dentist to try and take my wisdom tooth out, she was literally on top of me to try and take it out. So the reason is that my teeth are wider like nomads were, but as my jaw isn't like a normal Homo sapien jaw.
Yeah.
So human history is the most amazing thing I ever find. I mean, I have beginning stage of dementia, but I love to read and I love to share what I have learned so far because human history is amazing. Human brain is the most amazing piece of digital machinery that we as humans have.
I agree with you, and I hope that that stuff stays working slow on you, and you can share as much as you possibly can, because that to me is important. It's always knowledge from other people, from older people, all the time. I mean, either maybe it's because my grandpa kind of instilled that into me, because he taught me a lot of his stuff, and he always told me, respect your elders, respect people who are older than you.
Mm.
He wasn't brought up by his family; he was an orphan, and so
Mm.
him growing up, all he had were people that were older than him that were caring enough to see him grow up, and he thinks about it because he knows that his life could have been way
Mm.
worse in El Salvador at the time, and
Yeah.
he was able to make it through just on the help of other people. That's why when he came here, he was like so helpful with any
Mm.
families that would come over. But
Yeah.
that's the thing, is that, like, since him, like him telling me that, and me being able to be respectful towards people who are older than me, it's
Mm.
always been a thing where I've gotten so much knowledge from older people, and I love it. I love to hear all that information. I mean, I know
Mm.
most of the stuff you were talking about, because, like I said, I have I have a thing for anthropology. I love learning about people's behaviors and stuff like that. So this is
Mm.
very fascinating to me. I love it. I really do. Um, now your hypnosis and everything. Like the stuff that you've been doing, and
Mm.
the stuff that happens that they show on TV. Like the people that have fun with it, whatever. Um,
Mm.
is there actual correlation to that, or is that just a show? Like
It's just a
is
it's a show. It's a show. I mean, there are different ways to be able to do that. I mean, I have learned few techniques in the UK that we use with the children. Anybody that's 4 to about 9, because of the way their human brains are, they're amazing. They have a great imagination. So we use what you see on the stage. But what they do is they pick up 20 people and then they very quickly learn who would be easy target and who won't be. If you watch the show, they will have lots of chairs. There'll be lots of people who are standing there, sitting down, and then slowly they will start getting rid of people until they have
uh
those ones that will be the easiest to work with.
Hey, I
okay,
gotta go,
so
guys. Yeah, I gotta go, guys. Reservoir Reed's calling me, so
oh yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
Pokey. I appreciate you coming on, bro. Anybody's welcome, and I really do appreciate hearing you guys. It's fun to have conversations with you guys, to put voices to your names.
yeah. I mean, human brain is very interesting. I mean, one of the most common questions that I'm usually asked is, can anybody be hypnotized? The answer is yes, because the most common way we all hypnotize ourselves is when we are daydreaming. That itself is a hypnosis or hypnotic state.
Ah,
Now, what Jimbo was saying, that deep meditation is a process. The idea of hypnosis comes from the idea of meditation when it was introduced Buddha. So it was introduced in Buddhism when they used to go into sleep chambers. So they'll go to sleep and then they will have a dream, and then that dream will give them the guidance to move forward in their lives. So
I
meditation
see.
is a way of you getting yourself self hypnosis.
Ah, well, maybe you could help me out here, well, at least with my self hypnosis here, because I can never concentrate on self meditation. Like, I'm so hyper vigilant when I start
Hmm.
meditating. Like, when I put myself in a
Hmm.
situation where I have to be in a quiet trance, or I have to be listening to something, it's like it I automatically become hyper vigilant to all the things that are around me. So I can feel what I'm sitting on. I can feel if I have a fiber that's tickling me, if I'm
Hmm.
hungry. How do I
Okay.
quiet those things?
Uh, ta- Take out the word have to from your conversation when you're talking to yourself. You don't have to. You don't have to listen to the music. You don't have to do this or you don't have to do that.
Uh,
Because subconsciously you're putting a condition on yourself. And when you put a condition on yourself, you're more than likely to fail than to succeed. So you take away that have to, and you're behind.
well, I mean that's interesting. So,
Jerry, most solutions are very easy, very simple. It's just we through school we learn to make our lives more complicated than it has to. I mean, Jimbo was mentioning about breathing. Now that is a very good exercise because we walk, we feel the muscles, we feel when we're chewing the food, when we're cooking the food. But one thing we never notice is our breathing. So if you are meditating or you're doing something, if you were to simply just notice your breathing, that will itself will help calm you down. And then take away this compulsory words have to, must, should, could, and be nice to yourself. And then you will see a huge change in yourself, and it will happen very quickly. It's all down to words.
well, I say I must and I have to in a very in the sense that I'm trying to do something for myself, right? Of course, I don't
Hmm.
have to, but in the sense that you know, I guess I am kind of conditioning myself to do it because
Hmm.
I'm saying that I have to do it. I don't really have to do it.
Yeah.
Um, but I wouldn't know how to express that in the sense that I'm doing something other than just doing it, right? So I guess I guess I guess I am
You,
just doing it. So if I say it like that, then I would be a little bit more. I'd be
you,
nicer to myself. I don't. I'm trying to get to where I don't feel like I'm not using
Jerry, do
strong
you
language in
remember?
that.
Do you remember when you used to come back from school and you were given a homework, and
Yeah.
mom would say, "Right, come on then, Jerry, sit down, do your homework." You will sit down, and then you will remember I need to sharpen the pencil. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, where's the rubber? Oh, I don't like this paper. I don't like the lighting. That's the subconscious programming. So
There. Hey, there you go. Now you found me in a familiar place. Okay, that
yeah,
does make sense.
so basically, I have just heard you talking, and within 3 or 4 sentences, I picked up the fact that you are enforcing this idea that you have to be in a certain state of mind to be able to meditate. So if you take those words out of your vocabulary, if it works, great. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And then you will see that you'll be nice to yourself and it will work better and it will work quicker.
Huh. Yeah, I like where you met me there. I like where you met me there. Yeah, I guess I could give it a shot, and I won't approach it like I have to. I'll approach it like I want to,
I would
and
like to. I
I
would
would
like
like
to.
to.
Be,
I would
yeah,
like
be
to.
nice to
Yeah.
yourself. Remember, when you're talking to yourself, always look for the nice words, which are nice to yourself. Because
I like to.
if you were, yeah, if you and I are to go out for a beer, we'll sit down and I'll say, "Man, Jerry, you know what happened today?" And then you will automatically go into the what we call the parent mode, and then you will be the good listener and you will give good advice, which is great until it comes to ourselves. That is where we stop and we push ourselves. So choose the words which are nice to you. And you and I are lucky that fact is that English is not our first language, which really helps us so that we understand the meaning and the power behind the words.
True. True. I do. I'm very thankful that I was brought up in ESL because I was taught both languages.
Yeah, I mean now, if this works, good, and if it doesn't work, I want to charge you $10,000 per minute of what I have talked to you about. Let, let, let's just be so shall we?
P bars you. Damn
Yeah,
it. uh,
always works, Jerry. Always works.
oh boy. If you set me up for that joke, that oh wow, that is the longest setup joke. That got me so good.
I mean, part of
Oh, that's the
part of our
best.
training part of our training was to come up with jokes that would help the client to cool down or to calm down. And this is
That is
this
awesome.
was the one that I came up with. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, I'm charging you.
I am dying. That was good, man. That was good. If I ever because I one of my bucket list things that I want to do is have a stand up routine, even if it never gets anything more than just one club session. I want to have a stand up routine, and if that joke comes up in my stand up routine, please don't sue me.
You know, the last week the picture you had taken with the comedian, the Mexican
Yes.
comedian. What's his name?
Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love that guy. It's I mean, the accents he does when he talked about going to India and did that in India, I was absolutely in stitches because I have so many Indian friends and I watched Bollywood movies, so I understand their psychology. And that guy is an amazing comedian.
He is. He is funny. You know, and this is why like I love having these kinds of conversations, and I don't care like where the emotions go and stuff like that, because when you go to hang out with a guy like him, and I have,
Mm,
and it's like when you go to hang out with a guy like him, your your range of emotions are gonna be that big. They're gonna be that big.
yeah,
You're gonna be laughing. You're gonna be serious. You're gonna get angry. Then you're gonna be laughing again. And I
yeah,
love it. I love it because he doesn't. He's not gonna. He'll accept any mood you're in. He'll allow you to go to where you need to go with that emotion, and then bring you back, just like you did with
mm,
me, but in his own way. And it's great. It's a great conversation. I I
yeah,
I, I I told him I had a better time just getting to know him than his actual
yeah,
stand up, because he's great at storytelling as it is, and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
very interesting, very funny.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it within his script of comedy. You can tell that he has gone around the world. He has experienced the world. So, I mean, Trevor Noah is my other favorite comedian. I mean, Trevor Noah is a comedian. He's a storyteller.
Yes. Yeah,
And
no, I hate that he got attached to that show, and really that show belongs to Jon Stewart. I mean that show is
yeah,
it belongs to Jon Stewart. It's his That's his comedic way of doing things. So I never thought it fit Noah, but I love Noah as a
mm,
stand-up comedian. With his own stand-up, not doing
yeah,
the whole news thing. I just don't think it's him. But he is a very very good comedian on his own.
yeah, yeah. I mean, because he keeps to his ground. He's grounded because he always goes back to South Africa. His friends are still South African that are with him.
Yeah,
And
he is a very good guy. I
mm,
do. I Like I said, it's one of those things where it's like I don't. Some people I don't like when they get criticized for the things that they do when it's like outside of their element. But
mm,
he's one of the better comedians that I think doesn't get the push because of all the political
mm,
stuff. But I
yeah,
think as a comedian, if he were just to detach from that, he's a great
mm.
comedian because a lot of his stuff is really good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I always take the piss out of myself when I'm with friends or with strangers. And one thing that Jimbo knows quite well is when I go to a bar, I normally go on a Tuesday because Tuesday is very quiet. Nobody usually comes out, and then I can watch whatever sports I want to watch. And 9 out of 10 times, I end up more beers people have bought me beers, and they're behind the bar, so that I end up not spending as much money as you normally would do. But that's common when you get on with people. Now, God has blessed me with life experience that in Glasgow you can never go wrong. You always will find somebody to talk to,
Yeah.
and if you're hungry, they will offer you half their food.
That's nice.
By the way, Jimbo, if you're still listening, few of my words are starting to come out, which is glass region like world. So listen to those things. Most of my time, I'm concentrating on American English so I can continue speaking in American English. But there will be few words that will come in without me actually realizing it. So I can't say the WORLD word because it's so set on my tongue as world instead of world.
World. I get it.
World.
Hey, well,
It's,
when I was and this is a long time ago, and when I was a kid, like in high school, when
mm,
my Spanish was kind of like less, it was less frequently used as my English, because
mm,
in high school is when my English got more refined, because I
yeah.
spoke it more. And but in high school, I did do the thing where I would be stringing along sentences in English, because I would be upset, or I'll be getting a little too hyped up, and my
Hmm.
Spanish would just like flow right in, like
Yeah.
like like all of a sudden I would start in English, and then I'll end like the sentence with like four Spanish words, and people would look at me like, what? Like, did you just
Yeah.
did you just finish that Spanish? I'm like, oh, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
But it took me a while to stop doing that. It probably took me about like a year or two. But exactly like what you're saying, I would
Mm,
concentrate on my English. Like,
yeah.
I would concentrate on the words coming out.
Yeah. I mean, the first time I listened to your Mexican American accent, God Almighty, I was in stitches. Because the last time I heard that was in 1999 when I was working in St. Paul, Minnesota. And then we had a Mexican colleague that was working with me in Datacom. And he wouldn't do it at work, but when we go out, he would go into his Mexican American accent. I used to be in stitches.
And Peck, look at Peck. I don't believe this BS, guys. He's trying to get us to go to Mary Hill and get stabbed. You're gonna be up here, Peck, next weekend. You're gonna answer for all these comments, okay?
Yeah, yeah, I'll be more than happy to. I'll be more than happy to. One of the accents that I can also do is I can do the proper Indian accent because I've been working with few of the Indian people. And when you are working for a call center, it is most of the time the call center are sitting in India.
Oh no! Don't you dare! Don't you dare do the call center voice. I'm gonna get upset. Okay.
You,
Because they always have that. They always have that the same. And I don't know if the guys do this. The scammer dudes. I don't know if they do this because they know all the call centers sound the same, but they always do the same voice. You know what I mean?
no, 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 no. It's how they're educated in school.
Oh,
That's
really?
that's yeah, yeah. It's purely from the school. I've got to find some videos. There are some really funny videos on YouTube where Indian people teaching English in India, and they are actually real lessons. And you will be surprised that how they are taught. Because I worked with a lot of Indian friends, and when you're working in a call center and you're on the phone for 11 hours with different customers, you get bored. So that's where I actually started learning Punjabi, the Indian Punjabi from my Sikh friend. And I learned this Indian, and it took me quite a while to pick up. And then I had to learn the head movement that would go with the accent.
Oh, you even get the head movements. Well, that does help. Whenever I'm
Yeah.
working on an impression, and I do work on impressions, guys. Not that I'm trying to be a jerk, but I do that. But when I do work on impressions, I do like to see their movements. I like to see how people move as well because it helps. It helps with the sound and stuff like that. Because sometimes
Oh
people
yeah,
do like little quirks, like if they talk a certain way, they'll put their fist under their chin, or like their, you know what I mean. Like they do things like where they'll hold their head a certain way, so it also
yeah,
projects the voice in a different way. So yeah, yeah, I
yeah.
get you.
There are so many amazing videos on YouTube that you can watch. I used to be able to do the Arab English accent, but unfortunately, that was 6, 7 years ago. So since I haven't spoken that, it's very hard for me to remember it and to pick up on it. But the American one, I had to keep this one because my nephews and nieces in the U.S. They're all in Ohio. Uh, they would go up to their teachers and they say, "Oh, our uncle's come over from England and he can't speak English." And then the teachers will be looking at me. And when I was speaking, then they will go, "But he can speak English." But then the kids were like 4, 5, 6 years old, and my sister-in-law would force me to go and pick them up from their classroom just so that they can have a laugh.
Ah, I see. That's
I'm
cool,
running
man.
out of
So
I'm running out of stories. I think Jimbo should pop in because he seems to be on the ball now.
well, I'm about ready to call it. We're almost at the 2 hour mark,
All right, my
and
friend.
but no, but I did want to ask you one more thing though, because you
Yep,
were
fire
telling me
away.
that you're telling me that in your line of work you kind of have to get people to stop lying to themselves or whatever. What would you tell Chili to make him stop lying to himself?
Oh, God
Like
Almighty. Impossible.
if you could get him to shut up for a second, and you could give him some actual advice, so he stops lying to himself. What would you tell
It's
him to do?
impossible. It's impossible. He's a narcissistic sociopath. You can't work with them. They are impossible people. But the more he talks, the easier it is for us to catch him on his lies, which I enjoy.
well, I knew I could see right through him the first day I saw that first interaction with him and Team Skeptic and all those other guys. I knew he was a phony since then, but you know there it is, man. If he ever stumbles across this and he hears there it is from a professional, man, you're a narcissist and you got no help.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do for Chile and certain characters of his caliber. You cannot do anything to help them. They're just going to destroy themselves in time. And Chile isn't far from destroying himself.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's and we're just waiting for it, right? We're waiting for the kaboom.
But the kaboom is going to be due within next 2 years, based on my. I have profiled him a few times for different people, and we're looking at maximum 2 years.
Are we
By
gonna make
within
this
the
a
next
poll
two
or what?
years,
Are we gonna?
within
Uh,
within the next
do
two
we
years,
need to take bets
he's
on
going
this?
to go kaput. He's going to be kaput. He will destroy himself within the next 2 years.
All right. P Barnes got some for 2 years. Do I hear 1 year? Anybody got
Right,
2 years and a half?
everybody in the let's start betting, shall we?
I love it.
Uh,
All right, P
all right,
Barnes.
Jerry.
Well,
Thank you very
I
much for
appreciate you
inviting
coming
me.
up. No,
I
you
absolutely love the
thank you for
chat.
making my show a little interesting tonight, today, this
I
morning,
totally enjoyed it.
whatever time you're watching this.
It's just coming up to 6:15.
There we go. So
Yeah,
thank you everybody for showing up who showed up. And if you guys see this on repeat, uh thank you for just giving it a watch. I'm so happy, like that I get a chance to speak to you guys. I love my friends and I love hanging out with you guys. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Please, this is going to be the morning show. I'm gonna try for 12 Eastern Atlantic. So 12 Eastern Atlantic next Saturday and Sunday. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys then.
take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.